ask you, I want to talk about Japan, I want to talk about everything, but I guess RWBY, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's sick.
How the hell did that come around? How did you start? How did you learn? How did you get this? Like, I want to know all this story.
We want the whole Dillon Good lore.
Oh God, the whole lore is gonna be longer.
Give us the lore.
Bro, we got 2 hours. We got plenty of time.
I want to hear the lore. How did you get into animating, and then subsequently, how did you get into RWBY? I mean, that's kind of a crazy thing to start with.
Yeah, well, RWBY, I mean, it's pretty directly related because the only reason why I started animating in the first place was because of Monty. So Monty is the creator of RWBY, and he unfortunately passed away basically after season 2 of RWBY. He was probably one of my biggest inspirations for animation. Like his fights are incredible. If you guys haven't seen them, you guys just
have seen.
I've seen them. Yeah,
I've seen them.
Dude, it's amazing. So I watched that when I was like in middle school, and I was like, I could probably do that. Anyway, great guy. So I was like, I'm gonna start animating. Actually, I started learning. I don't know, like Maya or something. And I was like 13 years old, and I decided that no, fuck that. That's too hard.
Yeah.
So I gave up, immediately gave up animating, and then went into filmmaking for like 2 years, and then decided after college to try it again. So it was literally like, I didn't think it was possible. And then eventually I actually started picking it up and posting stuff on YouTube, basically directly inspired by Monty's stuff. So I did fight scenes. I did a lot of like Minecraft fight scenes.
Wow.
Wait, what was the 1v1?
Well, I did the very first one I did was RWBY versus
Let's go.
all the mobs and shit.
Yeah.
And it was called Gods Don't Bleed. That shit was like, God, it is like 12 years old now. I don't know. It's crazy. And
can we see this? Can we pull up Gods Don't Bleed?
You pull it up. Yeah. Dude, that.
God, I haven't heard the word Herobrine in so long.
That's like a sleeper agent thing for me.
Yeah.
Epic Minecraft.
That's how you know it's 2012.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Wait, how many views did it?
15
Holy
million.
15 million views?
Well, you opened with a Bible quote? Wait, that's gonna go hard.
It sets the scene, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Me when I'm 10, this goes hard. That's so cool, though. I mean, even now, like, this is...
Yeah, for a 12-year-old
This
animation.
is insane.
Well,
It
you can
holds
see
up.
it, like, composition.
It holds up.
So how old were you when you made this?
I was 18.
18.
Yeah.
God damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's like...
Oh, Herobrine's
like-
the goat.
Oh my
The
god.
camera angles are great.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank
this
you.
is, like,
Was
seriously,
this
like...
so did you go to film school or anything like
No.
that?
No.
So all self-taught?
Yes. Yeah. I'm fully self-taught. I actually majored in computer science.
Bro, you're so fucking Asian.
Straight up.
Majored in computer science. Actually, I'm gonna quit my job to do animation.
Because you got to do something on the surface to make your Asian parent proud, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, the story is like exactly that. Because I was originally going to be a dentist.
Okay.
So I disappointed my parents a little bit.
Did become a doctor. Okay.
I'm a doctor. But
yeah.
I switched to computer science specifically because I made this actually.
Right.
I was like, hey, I actually kind of want to do animation now. And my parents were like,
No.
nah.
How about computers?
Yeah, but you
though?
like computers? Okay, how about computer science? And I was like, all right, fine, whatever, it's fine. And then I went through with that, and it was actually pretty fun. I like programming, so it worked out. And then like 2-3 years in, I tried to drop out of school.
Okay.
And they were definitely not happy about that.
Yep.
So that conversation didn't go well. So I finished the degree.
Yeah. You got the paper.
So you try to leave, lost the battle. You're like, all right, I'll stick it
Yeah,
out.
I was like, okay, you guys, at least I'm not a dentist. It's fine. I will take that.
Do you regret finishing it, or you're like, yeah?
I mean, it's good to have a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, it's good for a backup.
Yeah.
I would actually agree that you should just go out and finish your degree.
Yeah.
Just in case. You never know what's going to happen, especially in the world of online content creation.
Totally.
Yeah.
But you know, if it works, it works. So I want to know, you made this when you were 18 and you said you were self-taught. How much work did it take for you to go from like, I would assume like 0 watching a Monty animation to make it something like this? Because this is actually pretty fucking impressive for a first piece of work.
This was on Maya, right?
This is Blender actually.
Oh, Blender. Okay.
Yeah. But basically the same thing.
Yeah.
This was actually this was within the first year I started learning. So I basically went into, the best way I can describe it as a hyperbolic time chamber. During winter break of that first semester, I was a biology major and I was like, I hate this. So during winter break, right after that, I was like, I'm just gonna do animation because I've wanted to do it for so long.
Yeah.
And just see what happens. So for the next month that I had off, I was I didn't leave the house, and I was just animating and figuring out the whole software for like 16 hours a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that got me to a point where I could at least start like making my own rigs and my own models at the very least. And then I started animating a little after that. Did like a couple test animations, and then I was like, make a video. And then I made that one.
God damn. You made it sound so easy.
Yeah. Animating is one thing, but you've got like composition here, the way you're shooting this.
Yeah.
Like well, that's also like a separate, different skill set.
Yeah.
It's also
True.
entirely hard to learn.
I do have to say, because I tried animation when I was like 13 years old and I gave up on it, I did do film for a while. So actually like directing like films and knowing like camera angles and stuff like that and practicing that particular skill set separately definitely helped.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
That translates pretty well to animation.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's so cool
So
though.
I was lucky on that regard.
So, so you did this, and presumably you were uploading animations like this for a little while on YouTube.
Yeah.
What was then the next, how did that transition to getting like working for other people or like getting involved with that?
I think RWBY was probably the craziest thing. I mean, kind of crazy in a lot of ways, but like I was actually trying to find a job right in that same year because I was graduating that year. I applied to so many places for animation. I didn't have an animation degree,
Right.
and like I didn't use Maya like everyone else. So I was like making my reel and like showing to a bunch of people. I didn't land a single job.
Oh wow!
Like I got like
That's
maybe
crazy.
Yeah, I got like one interview maybe. And like nobody was like looking at my stuff, I guess, because you know a lot of people, to be fair, only look at like the art schools and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I guess going to computer science. You know,
I guess that degree's about to come in handy.
I was like, all right, that's it. They were right. They were right.
That's crazy to me that you can literally just show them what you've made.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it was on Blender, so
Yeah.
No.
A lot of people are a little purist on that. And to be fair, there's also just like the training costs, you know, that they're like compared to a student who knows Maya.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was not getting any jobs, and then basically right before that, I'd already known because Monty passed away. Like I think it was in February of that year.
Right.
And so when it was coming around to like around May time, and I was like looking for jobs, I didn't actually apply to Rooster Teeth because I don't think they had a listing there. But I was posting. I had like this dedicated project to Monty because he was such an inspiration. So I just kind of made something that was like kind of RWBY-esque. And I called it Project Monty at the time. That was just like a short little project. It did a bunch of fight scenes. And it ended up getting noticed by Rooster Teeth. And they reached out to me and they were sort of like, hey, are you like in school? Like, are you looking for work? And I was like, well, as it turns out, I'm graduating in like a month and I don't have a job lined up. And they're like, oh, cool. Why don't you come by the office? Where are you located? And I'm like, that's a good question. I don't know where the office is located. So I looked it up. It's 5 minutes away.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Dude, it was actually insane.
That's so lucky.
Yeah, because I went to school in Austin.
Right.
Which is where Rooster Teeth was located.
Yeah.
And I had no idea where their office was. And
That is so fortunate. Holy shit.
yeah. So like once I started work, I didn't even have to move. I just commuted.
Right.
Wow. That's insanely
It's like a 20-minute walk to work.
Yeah.
Insanely lucky. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Man.
That
Stars
was
align.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, that was RWBY. I'm working on RWBY was really, really cool. I think it was probably the most I've learned in a short amount of time. Because there was just so many things that they did there that were just like, damn, I never thought about that. Especially with like how they choreograph fight scenes and stuff. I learned a lot of stuff from Shane, who worked with Monty for a while at the studio. And he was an incredible teacher. And then eventually I left RWBY specifically to pursue YouTube again. And then I never got another job ever since.
Just went your own way. Unemployed since then.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
You're like, if I'm not going to get a job, I'm going to do it myself.
What made you want to go back to YouTube then after working on RWBY?
So I feel like I can talk about this now because Rooster Teeth is gone. So there happened to have been a clause in the contract that said I can't work on animations outside.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, like an exclusivity contract.
Exclusivity.
Right.
Is that legal?
I don't know.
Yeah. I guess maybe.
Yeah.
No, I guess yeah.
You know,
it's a bit different from a non-compete, right?
Yeah. It to me, I was just like, well, I just can't do YouTube anymore.
That sucks.
And I was like, I still wanted to do YouTube, and like if I'm gonna do it, then I really need to make sure that like I dedicate myself to it. So at that point, I was like, I might as well just leave, just for a bit, try it, see if it works, you know. And it happened to work out pretty well. And actually now, Shane works for me. So
wow.
Yeah,
How the tables have turned.
yeah. I got him back into animation, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's loud.
That's quite rare.
So is he allowed to do YouTube on the side then?
No. I'm just kidding.
Bring it back.
Yeah, you know, our forefathers, you know.
Yeah. You just gotta go to reverse.
In a reverse card.
Yeah, no, we're super chill. Like anybody can work for anybody at our studio. Like we're not like we have no non-competes at all.
So what year did this happen where you kind of went to YouTube?
That was 2016, I think.
Okay. So that's when probably animation was still like doing super well on YouTube at the time, or
it was right around the tail end of that.
God.
Yeah.
Because then it kind of went rough. Was that scary at all? Because if you don't have viewers, kind of like I don't know when YouTube did it. Maybe 2017, 18 is when they kind of changed how they kind of
the algorithm.
watch time. Watch time was a big shift. So then animations got really cooked.
Yeah.
I guess.
No, it was scary because at the very beginning when I first quit Rooster Teeth. Like the first video I made, because I was posting stuff that got 1 million views consistently, and I was like, sick, right? This is cool. And then I was like, I'll just do that again. Easy.
Yeah.
But the first thing I made got like barely any views. It was like made like less than 100K, you know?
Right.
And like that's pretty scary when like I just left my job.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, how am I gonna recover from that? And honestly, like it was really just trial and error, like getting back to that point where you understand the algorithm a bit better. And then actually what restarted my channel, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but some people have. Overwatch Cats was like the thing that saved my channel.
What's that?
Yeah,
well, now we gotta start.
Yeah, check it out.
Cats?
It was if you've
I was a big I loved Overwatch when it came out. I played a lot.
Yeah,
and I remember it was like it was massive.
Overwatch with cats.
It's literally just Overwatch, but with cats. It's like exactly what it sounds like.
Okay.
Yeah, you can watch the first one. That one's it's just all the highlight intros. So all the highlight intros, imagine if instead of the characters, it's the cat versions of those characters.
Okay.
With funny little names.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to do this?
Well, desperation.
I think it's also just understanding that cats on the internet is just forever content.
Let's just add cats and something from nerd culture and then see what happens.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it worked. I mean, ultimately, like the cat stuff came from one of my originals that I made. So I had like the models lying around. I was like, okay, I got a cat model. And then I was like, I could actually make something really fun and cute. Because I was playing Overwatch. I really liked Overwatch.
When it came out, it was so fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And so I was like, I'm just going to make something because I think it'd be really cute to just, execute something well, right? Because you get the idea sounds simple, but I'm like, I think I could do it really well. And I think it could be funny.
I mean, this is clean.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
Yeah. This is so well done.
Thank you. There's a lot of jokes in there. I split it up between like the attack heroes and like the defense heroes and stuff. So we got like 4 videos out of that. And then people just kept watching it. I actually sold a bunch of plushies for it, which was cool.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That was actually a lot of fun because they're pretty cute. And then eventually I was like, we gotta make other stuff, right? So this is actually right around the time where the Blizzard actually hired me to do like an official Overwatch Cats animation.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, for like that was actually one of our first gigs.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so that led into that, which led me to hiring like my first team member.
You needed help, obviously.
Yeah. Well, specifically because they asked me to do it.
Of course, an unreasonable deadline.
Didn't tell me any information until like a week before the
deadline.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, that's gonna be impossible.
Sounds like corporate.
Yeah. I don't think I slept that week.
Yeah.
Like, actually. But it worked out. It came out and it was really good.
What was the video?
It was for Anna. I think she had like a new skin coming out.
Oh wow.
Anna. Yeah, she's cool.
It's good support.
Good support. Yeah. Yep.
Damn.
Yeah. And
so
that was the first studio gig technically.
Hell yeah.